What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we're jumping into Strange Academy, The Death of Doctor Strange. This will be a one-shot, and if you haven't been keeping up with The Death of Doctor Strange, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on in this line. Now, with the Sorcerer Supreme being dead, with the barrier keeping this world protected now coming down, there have been huge ramifications. And we saw in the Avengers one-shot just what some of those can be. But it also has some very personal ramifications, especially for Iric and Alvi, the children of Enchantress. And so with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this one shot, we are picking up years ago with Doctor Strange and Enchantress. Enchantress needing some kind of help, and that is because she made a deal a very long time ago. This deal granted her some kind of magical object. The only catch is she had to give up her firstborn child. And of course Enchantress made this deal. She had never anticipated that she would ever have any kind of children. And so the idea of giving up her firstborn was an absolute no-brainer for her at the time. Now, obviously, regretting those decisions, needing the help of Doctor Strange, they are going against the one known as Pulsari. Now, you can't really call this a fight, because Doctor Strange, he turns the wizard to stone almost instantaneously. And just like that, the two boys have been saved. Now, Enchantress is a little bit worried because this didn't kill the wizard, it simply turned him to stone. But as long as Doctor Strange is alive, this spell will continue to hold him. And so Enchantress, Doctor Strange, they go about their lives. That is, until the day Doctor Strange has been murdered. And so that's what picks us up in present day at the Strange Academy. And all of the students, they are being informed that Doctor Strange is officially declared dead. Though they don't say it so crassly, what they are telling the children is that class will be suspended until further notice. And so Iric and Alvi, they go to grab their stuff, being a little bit excited to head back to Asgard. They haven't been for quite some time, and though the circumstances may not be ideal, they're both really excited to get back home for a little bit. But that simply will not happen for Iric. And that is because the wizard has returned, with the spell being broken and him no longer in stone. He has come to claim what is rightfully his. He has come to take the firstborn son. And so Alvi immediately goes to the Enchantress, goes to his mother, and he is absolutely furious. And of course, Enchantress tries to tell him that it wasn't for any piece of jewelry that I traded this idea away, that I traded my firstborn son away. It was in fact the pendant of Yolindo, and this pendant saved her life. But she also told Alvi that she had no intention of having children, and so she doesn't necessarily feel like she should be held responsible for the circumstances that are going on. But she tells him, you can sit around all day being a moody teenager, or you can come along with me and we can go rescue your older brother. And Alvi, he's a little bit shocked. He's absolutely surprised that she is going to go help him. But we have seen a little bit of a different side of Enchantress, especially in the Captain Marvel line. Now, for those that have been following, I've been covering all the Captain Marvel. You guys know how much I love Captain Marvel. With her going to the future, we see her have a child with Namor. The child's name is Ovi. With Ovi making his way to the past, introducing himself to the Enchantress, she has found herself on a more maternal aspect of things. Not necessarily saying that she wants to be around for her children all the time, but recognizes that she does have children out in the world that might need her help. And with that, we see them go through a portal and take them to Weirdworld. Now they know that they have to find the wizard as fast as they can. And to do that, they need to go to the individuals known as the map makers. Two young children that can map this world better than anybody else, because no one place stays the same. And so without a proper map, without a way to traverse this land, you could get lost forever. And so the Enchantress, cutting a deal with the map makers, they make her a very crude, a very crayon-filled map. But this map is supposed to lead them exactly where they need to go. Meanwhile, we pick up with the wizard, and he has transformed himself, taking all of Iric's magic. We have seen him used as a power battery, draining all of that power. He was able to take over the Crystal Castle, the home of Thoth. And we see the shape that Iric's in. He looks old, he looks raggedy, he looks like he is on the verge of death. And that's because his entire life force is being sucked out of him, and the wizard is taking all of this power. And now with the wizard being the high ruler of the Crystal Kingdom, there is nothing that can stand in his way. The only issue is, when this Asgardian power battery runs out, he may transform back into his old form. And because of this, he is going to go seeking out another source of power. That power being Alvi. And the wizard doesn't even have to go looking for him, because he knows the second born is on his way. Now, picking back up with Alvi and the Enchantress, we're seeing that Alvi, he just has so much pent-up aggression towards his mother, because as he sees it, his mother ran out on them simply because things might be too hard. But Enchantress lets him know that she only did this because she believed she would make their lives hard, that she would only be a burden to them growing up and being good people, believing that their father, he was the best example that could be there for them, that if they were going to be raised by anybody, he was the rightful one to do so. And being raised in Asgard is never a bad thing. Now, in the midst of this conversation, they are abruptly interrupted, and that is from Golta the Wizard Slayer. Seeing these two as a wizard, being able to smell the magic on them, she has come here to slay them. But Enchantress, she stops this before anything kicks off and says that if you will spare my son, then I will gladly take you to a wizard that needs slaying. I will gladly take you to the wizard Pulsari. And we have her automatically agree to this. In fact, it would be a great honor for her to bring that wizard to justice for all of the chaos that he has caused, for the centuries that he has made people suffer. She will gladly bring him to an end. But as they approach this crystal castle, we see the wizard come out, telling them they all should have stayed away, but now they will meet their end. And we see this fight break out, with Enchantress and Alvi doing everything they can to hold off his forces. We see our Wizard Slayer going in, taking her great axe and trying to bring it down into his chest. And though she is very successful in doing this, he lets them know that there is no way you could kill him. No matter how deeply you bury your weapons into him, his skin is impenetrable. There is nothing that could kill him. Now our Wizard Slayer, all she can do is laugh, because she had no intention of trying to do him bodily harm. What she was trying to do was cut the necklace that was around his neck. This held all of the power that she took from Iric. And with her cutting it off of him, all of that power, it goes back into the young boy. And just like that, they take down the wizard. Now our Wizard Slayer, she goes to deal a deathly blow, but Alvi stops her, saying that she doesn't have to be this person, that she doesn't have to take the life, that they can imprison him and they can call it a day. And so now with the Crystal Castle now under the control of Thoth and his family, we see Thoth, we see Alvi, we see Iric all head off and start checking this place out, as Thoth's mother and the Enchantress go off to have a conversation. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, this one wasn't as enjoyable. I don't really keep up with the Strange Academy. I understand the characters that are in it, behind it, so on and so forth. But honestly, I'm just not a huge fan of the whole Academy thing. I'm not even the biggest fan of the Teen Titans Academy that is going on. I'm just really interested in finding out who the Red X is. But this story isn't bad because it's really showing us the ramifications of what happens when the Sorcerer Supreme dies. There hasn't been a new one elected. The barrier spell that is protecting Earth goes down. Not only that, but every spell that he had that was holding something back, holding something at bay, those spells are now gone. And so the ramifications are now festering up to the surface. And this is simply just one of those things. Now, while Enchantress, Alvi, our Wizard Slayer, were easily able to dispatch this wizard, we can only imagine the other threats that Doctor Strange has out there that he didn't tell anybody about, that he has controlled under one of his spells. And so who knows what is going to happen next? What will arise? What will come for them? Not only that, you have the three mothers and the child, with the child about ready to make his presence known, with him coming here to eat all of the magic of this world. Already seeing what he did to the Crimson Cosmos. They are in for one heck of a fight. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.